Yep. Hello and welcome everyone to Cybercast episode 273. I think I can't see it. I believe it's 273. Right. Yeah, but welcome to the Transformer and Action Figure podcast show. And I thought I muted that already. But got a really cool show, good show for you today. We're going to be covering our top 10 action figures of 2020 so far. Now, whenever we go do our whatever we decide, top 15 or whatever.
Top 20 of 2020. I'm voting for 20 in 2020.
Top 50 figures of 2020. Whatever. So, our list will change, but just kind of like some things that we put together. And I know the way when I always do my list, I want it kind of be a little diverse. I don't want everything to be Transformers or everything be Star Wars. I like to kind of mix different stuff in there just so people can kind of see, some of the different stuff I collect. But we're going to be covering that instead of the Mount Rushmore. So that's going to kind of serve as our Mount Rushmore. Then we're going to jump into the news, and then we're going to have a couple of topics at the end. We're going to talk about kind of the state of collecting. And remember, just a few years ago, I would have conversations. I was like, I like everything to be accessible. And they'd be like, no, I love the thrill of the hunt. Ain't nobody in 2020 saying they love the thrill of the hunt now. All right. So we'll get into a little bit of that and talk some websites and stuff like that. But let's get into intros. Rick?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Shatrdglassjazz.
And you can find me here on YouTube as Sportimus, and on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as Sportimus Prime.
And you can find me G1Xtron on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook page, the G1Xtron. All right, so I guess, are we doing a figure? I don't even know how to. I just set up to do the top 10.
Yeah, I'm cool with the top 10. That's okay. Challenging on its own. It's challenging, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I've got Mike's list. Let's see. I see Dalton's list here. So I'll put that in the private chat as well. But if you guys want to go ahead and start kicking us off with your number 10, or did you order them? I kind of ordered them.
Yeah, I've got 10 to 1. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Rick, what's your number 10? And you guys can put yours in the chat as well, and we'll try to read those off.
Well, starting off at number 10, Super 7 did some stuff really early that I got this year, 2020. I think it was January. So my number 10 is going to be that William Stout collection Skeletor.
Ooh, yeah.
I've been waiting for this one for a long time. I couldn't believe they actually found a loophole to make these things. And man, Super 7 does great work. And I remember when this came out, I made some quick videos, and I had said that I think that those William Stout collections, some of the best that we've ever gotten. So he had to be on the list.
Real quick, just say what's up to some people in the chat. We got Daltonians, Angry Mike. We got Randy Books, Audie the Otter. What's up? And Action Figure Expert, and we got Legionardo. So what's up, fellas? And then Audie the Otter says, is Autobot City Metroplex in the original 1986 Transformers movie? It's the city form, but they don't ever call it Metroplex. Because you can see the Slammer tank. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's all gold.
I do, yeah.
They don't actually refer to it as Metroplex, and he doesn't transform. Meanwhile, Devastator's all walking all over him and beating up everybody, and you're like, isn't this Metroplex? He can just transform and crush everybody. But Toy Mafia is joining us as well. So, go ahead, Sport.
My number 10. Doesn't fall down. It's going to be a recent acquirement, which is Beachhead of the G.I. Joe Classified line.
I support that.
You're not supposed to have that yet.
I know, it's self-check. It's the only one I found, so I know. I broke the street date, I guess. I don't know, but
you gonna open him up now? Is he one that you're gonna open, or?
I'm packing my things up. It's really hard right now for me because I'm trying to pack all this stuff up to move.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it's like a double-edged sword. I want to, believe me, I want to open all of these guys so badly. But it's easier to keep them in package because I can just pack them up in the box and not have to worry about it. You know?
That's what I've been doing. I've been leaving majority of the stuff just still in boxes just because.
Yeah.
Like I need to get 6 more DTOS, but I got to wait till they come in stock at IKEA, first, and then order them and schedule a pickup and drive 2 hours down there to go get them. So. And
the weight's killing me, I'll tell you. I still want to open these.
Live vicariously through my Instagram and Twitter.
I do.
I love taking pictures of those guys. Those figures are so good.
Let's see. Mike's number 10 is Pete's Robocon 2018 Custom Swerve.
Wow.
And let's see. Daltonian said his number 10 is Earthrise Hoist.
That's actually a really good figure. Yeah.
Yeah, Earthrise is all around good for me. I love it.
Let's see. Delario says, I don't know my whole list, but I know Scorponok is definitely high up there. I believe Scorponok probably maybe made a few people's list here. Yeah. Let's see. Maddie the Dentist, he says, should have joined you guys on the video today. Yeah. If you can get in contact with Rick, he can get you an invite. All right.
Oh yeah, man, I would have done that for sure.
Yeah, if you just DM Rick, then he can get you an invite. You can join us. All right, my number 10, I went with the DC Collectibles from animated series or whatever they're calling it now. The Adventures Continue. Red Hood. This figure actually looks pretty cool.
It looks really cool.
I have to get him. I forgot all about him.
Just a quick fun fact on him. There's a Batman the Animated comic that's continuing both where they left off from the Bruce Timm and Paul Dini series, but they're also filling in the gaps between like before Tim Drake. It became Adventures at the end, and he and Batgirl, the whole design kind of changed. They're going back in and they're filling in the gaps where Jason Todd is a part of the continuity. It just started. It's on issue 2. But that figure is based on that design that's in the comic. So I think it's cool that they're doing that too. So if you like Batman animated, there's now more.
I love Batman.
Oh, and Randy Books said his number 10 is Mark 7 Iron Man Hot Toys.
Nice.
It's a good figure.
Yeah.
You guys rolling in those Hot Toy figures, man. I only got a handful.
Rick will.
Only have one in this list.
Wow.
All right. Well, what we got for number 9, guys?
All right. So number 9 is the first of a few of these. G.I. Joe Classified Duke. I feel like he had to be in there. I think he's amazing. A lot of people, I've seen some people say, he's fantastic. I've seen some people say, well, he's not quite like the original. What I like about this series is that it's its own thing with design cues that harken back to the stuff that we remember. And I think there's enough design cues here to know exactly who that is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny that you say that because we got, like, for example, Earthrise Prime. He's not 100% like the original. He's got his own thing. Why is that okay, but it's not okay to do a little something new with the Joes?
Oh, dude, Optimus Prime's part of the Transformer fandom. You know that there's some people out there saying negative stuff about him.
Probably. I haven't seen any, but probably.
Dude, we're the worst fandom out there. What you got, Sport?
Oh, that's right. My turn. Well, this one was a tough one. This whole list was tough. And this one, take your pick. Because I could not narrow it down. For me, it would have to be the Skywarp out of this 2-pack. But any of these Seekers, the mold itself is fantastic. I mean, you can't go wrong with any or all 3 of these. So whichever one is your favorite, you can roll with that one. But these Seekers from Earthrise, whether it's Starscream, Thundercracker, or Skywarp, Easy number 9.
Yeah, those are good.
Great
I like that
figures.
they're Voyagers finally.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's like a dream come true for me.
Yep.
All right, so from Mike's number 9, some more G.I. Joe love. He's going to go with Destro, the classified Destro.
Can't find
figure.
one. Good choice.
And for Daltonians, he says his number 9 is Generation Select Exhaust.
Yeah, he's sleek too. All right, we're gonna do number 8.
Well, I'm going to do mine real quick. I went with, for my number 9, there are other figures that I may replace them, but I just like this Doctor Doom. I haven't opened them, but this is one I actually got to open. I just love Doctor Doom, even though I'm not a big Fantastic Four fan. I thought he was always awesome. I had the little Toy Biz Doctor Doom when I was a kid, and dude, I played with that thing. He was like my bad guy and everything, like the Overlord, like the boss of Cobra Commander, and Miles, God, whatever the Venom dude's name is, whatever. Yeah. So he was kind of like the Overlord of like whenever all my toys did this.
Overlord everyone.
Yeah, he was boss of Megatron, Cobra Commander. Yeah, all of them.
That's awesome.
Randy Book says number 9 for him is the Black Series Snow Speeder. All right, you got number 8, Rick.
Yep, number 8. Well, just like an Echo, the Snow Speeder. Man, this thing in hand, like once you get it in hand, you play with it, and I've got the vintage collection stuff to it, and I play with the original growing up like nobody's business. I was out in the snow with that thing. Once you have this in hand, what's cool about it is it's just so big and detailed. It feels like maybe you're picking up a prop off of the Industrial Light and Magic table. It's that good. It feels more like a prop than it does like an action figure toy combo. It comes with DAC, by the way, which is why it made the list. Vehicle combos can make the list. But yeah, nice. I love it. It's big. I haven't found a great place to put it. I've got, space issues, but still it's fantastic. So it'll find its place soon.
I'm figuring that I'm gonna hang them now. Whenever I get this place start rearranged and set up the way, the only thing because I'm gonna hang the Batwing, above, my Batman animated section with the Batmobile, but the TIE Fighters, I was like, where's a good place? I'm like, I could put them both hanging above my TV, but I'm like, God, man, I don't want to put them above I don't want to put anything above the TV. I don't need them crashing down, man. It scares me, but it looks so awesome. You're sitting there, and if you were watching Star Wars or something, and you got these 2 TIE Fighters, I think that would look cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool that they're making the vehicles, at least some of the vehicles, for the 6-inch Black Series. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, they're really cool. You can find them.
No, he didn't do a 9, 8, and 7. He was saying for this one you can pick. It was the mold. He was like, you can pick any one of these.
Right.
You got to pay attention, Dalton. Come on now.
Yeah, any one of those 3, whichever one. The mold itself is just fantastic. It's the seeker we want and deserve. Number 8, we're on 8, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 8. 8 would be the Super 7 Filmation Prince Adam.
Great figure.
I just love this thing. The what makes this thing cool is the included power effect on the sword, the lightning effect that glows.
Yep.
The extra head, which is from the Laughing Prince Adam. The colors, they remolded the vest to look more like the Filmation. I mean, this guy is just everything that, if you're a Motu fan and love the Filmation cartoon, he walked off the screen.
Yeah.
So that's my number 8.
Isn't it crazy how if we had to pick like best accessory in the line, I think the lightning on the sword is the best accessory. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
you put it with Castle Grayskull, and it's literally the most iconic thing that you remember.
Yeah. That power sword.
Oh, you know what I was also thinking is if we get it by then, I can already tell you what Rick and mine number 1 will be.
We'll have to change the rules, but that's okay. We can.
But you know what it is? You know which one I'm thinking. Like just seeing that, it's got to be Snake Mountain, man.
Oh yeah. I know we usually don't include it, but man, Snake Mountain. That's can't wait for that.
What about the Unicron? You guys, that's next year. That's never mind.
It's still an action figure, so that one's easily on the list. The other one we might have to bend a rule.
Yeah. All right, so number 8 for Randy Books, he says Vintage Collection Slave 1.
Ooh, good choice.
So, yeah, nice little vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and Mike is Earthrise Double Dealer. Hasn't he been on this show? And anytime we pulled it up, he was like, "This thing looks terrible." Double Dealer.
Oh,
and it made number 8 on his list. Yeah,
see, I
knew he liked him.
Yeah.
Number 8 for Dalton, he says Earthrise Prime. Snake Mountain is now October. Man, I'm just ready to get it.
Oh man, if it comes on Halloween too, what? We'll have to do like a live. We'll have to do like a live stream where we're just in the floor with our Snake Mountains. I'm sure everyone wants to see that.
Number 8 for me, I went with Omega. I like my big boys, man. They just look cool. I'm glad I don't have to put stickers on them or anything like that. I can just take them out of the box and just throw them up on top of the detolfs.
Mine's still in transit.
All right. What you got?
We're doing number 7.
Yes, sir.
All right. Earthrise Prime. Dalton, you are correct. He is that good. Especially if you do the non-F trailer parts. So he has that part in the back. And he's got a bunch of new stuff. I'm not going to try to show it all off. That's new. Rollers in there, some other stuff. I actually got the Toy Hack stickers today, but I haven't put them on yet. But I am going to, just to G1 him up a little bit more. But he's fantastic. He's one of my favorite primes that I've gotten in any of the lines.
Plus the add-on kit makes it even better.
Yeah, the non-F add-on kit is, if you have it, you should look that up and get one. It's a great kit. Thanks to Dalton for kind of letting us know, I think.
What you got, Sport?
For mine, number 7 would be the Snapdragon from Earthrise.
That'll go good with your 8 face you have.
That I don't have, yeah. What is up with BBTS? I mean, it's been on pre-order for months, but yeah, this guy is obviously far superior than 8 face, but they still belong together. But they just knocked it out of the park with the alt mode, the robot mode, the Snapdragon mode, but it never was that great anyway. But really, it's a solid figure, man.
Really solid.
Yeah.
If I had that, I probably would have made my list, but I haven't got that yet.
It was so close to making mine.
Let's see. Randy Book says number 7 for him is Fans Toys Iceman.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
And let's see. For Mike's, he says San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Metroplex. So. And then Dalton's is Earthrise Starscream. And let's see what I put up. I did the NECA tune Casey Jones just because I love Casey Jones. So I think he's awesome. All right, so we're getting on to number 6.
Number 6 is going to be Skylinks. This is one where I like all the modes, but I think this is one of my favorites. I like having that crawler underneath and the shuttle ready for takeoff. I play with this a lot. And it's definitely, I think it's easily the best Skylinks they've ever made. I mean, even if you're G1, like just, crazy, man, I don't know. This one's just better. I mean, I have the G1 one. I have a lot of the trash that they've kind of said is Skylinks over the years, but I think this one's my favorite one. And I didn't do a third party for this one. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because this one's everything I needed.
Yeah.
I wanted to put that on my list, but I don't have it yet. I love that thing. Mine is going to be a little bit different, and don't yell at me, but I did splurge with the 3-0 Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. This is the deluxe version.
Okay.
And the reason why he's on the list is mainly because I wanted this look, and no one else has been able to basically do as good of a job as this one. Even though he doesn't transform, his articulation is fantastic. The paint and sculpted details is just out of this world. I mean, even when you bend his back, I don't know if you can see that or not, but he's got a spine. So
Yeah.
everything is just covered up. You don't see any joints that, like, you know, like a screw or, you know,
Yeah.
exposed joints that kills the illusion or anything like that. It's just if you have this thing in hand, he's heavy, he's solid, he's just a beautiful piece. He's like an articulated statue, basically.
Yeah.
And that's how I view him. But I mean, he's just a beautiful piece to just have on your desk or something. I just adore this thing, and that's my number 6. You can't go wrong with this guy. You really
It's
can't.
basically like a Hot Toys Optimus Prime, basically.
It is. And I'm not someone who buys Transformers that don't transform. Believe me. It's just, this is one of the rare exceptions because he's just so well made, so well done. The eyes light up. I don't have batteries for it, but yeah.
It's become something that we're seeing a lot more of. I mean, we cover it in the news and stuff, so we see that there's more of it now than it has been before, and they're probably just going to get better.
Yeah. All right. Let me catch up here. David Cabal joins us. What's up, man? He says all classified Joe for him. That's all his top. Just, I guess, put them in those any order.
Well, there are 10 of them.
He's going all Joes. Randy Book says number 6 for him is the Carbonite Stormtrooper. And let's see. Mike's number 6 is the Funko Pop Toon Skeletor. I think I saw that thing in Walmart today. Was
the big one?
Yeah, I think it was the big one. That's the one I saw. So, and then Dalton's is Earthrise Snapdragon. So both you guys got those.
Good job.
And number 6 for me, just because it's Toon again, and I loved Metalhead. It's the NECA Toon Metalhead. So these are the only NECA figures I've been able to find in stores. It was sheer luck too.
All right. Well, all right. Number 5, the only one on the list is Hot Toys director Krennic. And this one blew me away. I'm a big Rogue One fan. I think I have all the Rogue One figures that they made, and they're going to be making more, which is, saw that, I was even more enthusiastic. But this figure has some options. I chose the beginning scene, like the first scene you see him in. So he's got kind of like this poncho, and the material for the poncho is exactly what you would think. It's almost like they took a poncho and miniaturized it. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into the NECA conversation for one of the topics at the end of the show. But yeah, it's been a struggle.
Well, this one had to be on my list. And it was an early release. I got this in January 2020, so it counts. That's the Masters of the Universe 1987 movie He-Man.
Both you guys got some movie He-Man stuff on there.
Yeah.
This is like a figure a long time coming, basically. I mean, I know I'm one of many who've been dying to get this He-Man, and the fact that they gave him a cloth cape, which is really rare in this line, Classics line, just adds so much to this figure. And again, I'm dying to open it, but I can't. But I will as soon as I move. And they did a good job. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. And
yeah,
the sword is great. The detail is great. The paint is great. They really killed it with this one.
All right, and number 5 for Mike is G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Trooper. So I need a few of those. And let's see, Dalton's is Classified Snake Eyes Deluxe Edition.
Oh.
And Randy Books says Fans Toys Magnum. Which one is Magnum?
That's Wild Rider.
The one that just shipped recently.
The gray Ferrari.
I haven't even had a chance to open him up. He literally came in like maybe a week ago.
And number 5 for me, I haven't got to open them yet, but it's going to be this Skylinks just because I've seen, Rick's pictures and everything, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to. It's easier to stack this stuff. That way I can build these detops in here. And just, I can just put them all in boxes and shove them around so they don't get in the way. Because I already got too many things that are loose that are just sitting on top of each other in boxes. So, but yeah, everything I've seen of it looks awesome.
Space Chicken, awesome.
Everybody loves Space Chicken.
I love them too. Yeah.
All right, we're on number 4, right?
Yes, we are.
I have to be careful with this one. This one I'm going to go ahead and blame Maddie the dentist on. So this week I got the Unicron.
That's the third-party one?
Yeah.
The third-party one. And I mean to tell you, everybody was right. I won't, and this is probably the first Transformer that I won't be transforming, even though I've had a few people say, oh, it's not too bad. The robot mode is too perfect. We're not going to get a better Unicron than this as far as the animated movie goes. Yeah. I was blown away. There's no
kibble. Yeah, no kibble.
Blown away. And the thing about it is, it's I feel like it's fragile. I've had a few people say it's not as fragile as you think. No, I'm better off just kind of being careful with that one. That's one I'm going to be super careful with. I love that they included the details, even though it makes it a little more fragile. And it's a solid purchase. It took me a while to kind of warm up to it because I knew I was going to get the HasLab. But then after seeing it, everybody talking about it, I think, Maddie the dentist and I have talked about figures and stuff, and we kind of have similar tastes, most stuff. So I trust him, and it worked out. I'm happy I bought
that. Let's see. Go ahead, Sport.
My number 4 is going to be another Earthrise figure, and that's going to be a leader, Optimus Prime. And I do have the non-F kit for it, so I will be putting that on when I get this guy out. But this is like the Prime that I've been waiting for because he comes with the trailer. He's got the whole package,
Yep.
So this is the Prime that I've always wanted. I love the classics Optimus Prime that came out in 2006, but I finally have what I feel the best successor so far.
Yep. And they seem to be selling quite a few of these, and they make a lot of top 10 lists whenever they start making them look down to exactly look like the G1,
Yep.
So none of the kind of crazy, changing stuff up too much.
Right.
Let's see. Randy Book says number 4 for him. It's going to be the classified Snake Eyes, or maybe he's talking about the 3 3/4. He just says Snake Eyes, so I'm going to assume he means classified. Mm-hmm. And let's see, number 4 for Mike is Earthrise Snapdragon. And so you got another Snapdragon. Wow. Man, everybody likes Snapdragon. I'm sure I will as soon as I get them. And then for Dalton, Earthrise Skywarp for him. And number 4 for me, I'm not going to open them and get all into it and stuff, but it's the only classified figure that I have so far. The rest of them are in my pile of loot. But the Snake Eyes, is it called the Deluxe or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one with all the stuff. Yeah, so.
Yep.
I figured he was high up there, but I kept on looking at my top 3, and I just he couldn't pass. he couldn't sneak in the top 3. So he's at number 4.
All right. Well, I got another big guy, but number 3 is Scorponok. And I think most everybody on the show, I think you guys have gotten him or are down to get him.
Yeah, I got him.
He's just impressive, man. Of all the big guys, the Titans that they've done, I just think he's the most solid. He hits all the design cues, and the colors are spot on, and he's better than the G1. And there was a time where I would never say that, but he is so much better than the G1, in my opinion. Very impressive.
Well, he's actually kind of within height of Fort Max, so that battle's a little bit more even.
Yeah, that's true.
It looked hilarious whenever you'd put your Fort Max next to your Scorponok, and it looked like Andre the Giant gonna face off against Danny DeVito or something like that. You know?
That was not a fair fight. Yeah. Well, my number 3 is going to have to be, again, the Masters of the Universe Super 7 Skeletor from the 1987 movie. You can't have one without the other, and he had to be on the list. God Skeletor was almost going to edge him out, but looking at the details, he's got more shading, he's got more colors on him than you probably would imagine he does, but I just love that movie, as cheesy as it is, and this is who I remember the most out of it in terms of the 2 Skeletors. So that's my number 3. Fantastic.
Let's see. Randy Book says number 3 for him is Black Series Count Dooku. And then Delirium also said that Siege Optimus Prime would have made it somewhere on his list. And then Maddie also said that Scorponok would have to be in the top 5 for him as well. So, and it looks like, here's the thing. This is how you can tell Dalton going to do a young joke. I'd say it's like Andre the Giant versus Danny DeVito. And then Dalton, he youngs it up for like the younger followers. He was like, look like Dwayne Johnson to Kevin Hart.
Oh God.
So, all right. Number 3 for me is made on some of y'all's list. Yeah, I'm gonna go. God, this sucker, big box. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Black Series Snow Speeder as well. So,
yeah, solid.
Figure some way to hang this sucker from the ceiling, which won't really make much sense since it's not a flying vehicle, but you got to work with the space that you got.
Kind of flies.
Did I do Mike and Dalton's number 3? I don't think I did. Number 3 for Mike is Generation Select Rotor Storm, and Dalton's is Earthrise Skylinks.
Nice.
Sounds good. Solid choices. All right, we're on number 2, right?
Yeah.
All right, so number 2, and it was close. 2 and 1 were just, I've gone back and forth probably 3 times today alone. Yeah, man. And this one, there's no doubt my number 2 and 1 will still be in the top figures when we go in January and do our top 20 or whatever. So number 2 is Deluxe Snake Eyes. I'm going with this one because he's decked out and he's got the Uzi. And I actually really like, again, I like when the Classified take something that we already have and they do a little something different with it. And with this one, they did that grayish brown accent color on the pants and some of the other stuff like the backpack and mixed it with the silver. Man, I've had so much fun with this figure since, what was it, like April? It's definitely this is the figure that I've posed the most and wanted to take pictures of the most. And like my Instagram feed over the last 3 months, I've seen more of this in the black version of Snake Eyes, and it blows me away. It blows me away that so many people are into this line, and it makes me so happy. On a year where there are a lot of, awful things happening, seeing people back into G.I. Joe, there's nothing like it.
And again, this is all stuff that we've been saying on Cybercast for years. Hey, give us 6-inch, and
yep.
I was like, I'm
Saying it for
telling you,
years.
it will sell. It will sell. And
Yep.
look at this, like pre-orders selling out in 3 seconds. I mean, again, we'll get into that later on in the show, but I mean, just even my Target, like the past 2 Saturdays going to the Target, I've run into other collectors that I've never even seen before, and they're saying, "You're looking for the Joes? You looking for the Joes?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. And they're like, "Hey, this date, So and it was like I never have other Transformer fans come up to me when I'm looking at Transformers, or Marvel Legends, but that was like one of the first times. Hey, you looking for Joes? And just sit there and talk Joes with me for a few minutes. I was like, wow, this is it's a little bit different, community, but it's brought more people in. So
Yeah.
And let's see. Sport, you go.
Okay, well, my number 2. Who does number 2 work for? It's gonna have to be the MPM Jazz. I love the Pontiac Solstice mold car, and what I like also about it is they went kind of morbid on it. They actually gave him his spine, so you can literally tear him apart in robot mode and recreate that scene where Megatron says, "I want 2 of you," or Pete, So
again, I've been saying it for years. Black Series, Hasbro Black Series. When do you get the younglings with the little detachable limbs?
We need that too.
From Revenge of the Sith. Just like a big pack of younglings with detachable limbs.
Yeah.
Some great
or Darth Maul, where you can cut him in half.
Yeah.
Same thing. Good times.
Let's see. Randy Booksy said his number 2 is going to be the Black Series Rebel Snow Trooper. That one's cool. Like
very, very nice.
All the different stuff you can do. And Matty the Dentist said Snake Eyes Deluxe would be in his top 5 as well. So, and also said it's really great to have product back on the shelf or eventually when you get it back on the shelf.
Right.
Yeah, some year. Yeah.
Oh, you saw that? I think you liked it or something, like that picture where it was like shopping for Joes back when I was a kid, and it was just wall of like GI Joes, and it was like shopping for Joes today, and it just has like 4 or 5 figures. I was like, you may be able to find.
Yeah, right. We got people asking people in the aisles, "Hey, can you go to the back and look for one?" Meanwhile, in the 80s, how far is that? 200 feet? I mean, it was a big display. Everybody's seen kind of these nostalgic pictures of GI Joe at Toys R Us. God, it was just so much product.
I'll show the picture. I'll show the whatever we go screen sharing so you guys can see as well. Okay, so number 2 for Mike is going to be Earthrise Skylink.
Nice.
And for Dalton, it's going to be Earthrise Scorponok.
Oh, yeah.
And let's see. For me, let's see. Get him all done up. It's another little vehicle one, but man, this thing looks so good. Like and the cape, how it bends and stuff. It has the wires in it. It has the light features, like just like the Batwing and the Batmobile. And so I got the Batmobile set and cut at an angle, and this kind of going in front. And then I'm gonna have the Batwing coming down, and then all the figures in like 2D toss. So just a really
good
cool
line.
Yeah.
It's a deep line too. A lot of people don't know how deep that line is, but that's a deep line.
Yeah.
It's got some nice figures and vehicles in it.
All right, number 1, boys.
Number 1. Like I said, 2 and 1, man, they were hard going back and forth. But and I would have never suspected, and my expectations were fairly medium on this figure. But I'm gonna say so far this year, probably the biggest surprise for me is the Cobra Troopers. And you can do kind of different things with them and change up the masks and the helmet and the goggles, the guns, the knife. You can change them up. And honestly, you can make 5 or 6 of them. I've had 5 of them kind of just sitting back there doing different things. But this guy here, the squad leader, you put that little armband on. I give him the goggles and make him like kind of like the most badass. But
So they're like the Hoth troopers,
yeah,
rebel troopers
yeah.
for Black Series. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it gives them a lot of options, but just as an action figure, it's so hot. Like, it's so sexy. And I love the Cobra Troopers, but if someone said, "Hey, you're Vintage Joe's, what's your favorite one?" I mean, they might be in the top 20. I like them, but these I love. They're super articulated. They still have that drop down legs that only the G.I. Joe Classifieds have, as far as I've seen so far that I bought. They actually have a slot on the back, so you can put the guns back there. He comes with a decent amount of guns. He's got 2 holsters that hold pistols, a knife, and then he's got, kind of like a standard, what they're calling the standard rifle, and then the longer rifle with the scope. So like I said, there are a lot of options. It's going to be hard to beat this guy. I know there's, coming up between now and January when we do our last one of the year. I know there's some Hot Toys coming out, like that Mandalorian that's coming out shortly, or I think it's already out. And then there's some other Joes coming out that I can't wait to see. But man, it's going to be hard to take that spot away from these guys. Like, I'm into troop builders. I love troop builders, and I just can't imagine. Like, I keep thinking, like, what's going to happen when the Eels come? The Eels are my favorite troop builder, and the Iron Grenadiers. Like, my expectation now for the Iron Grenadiers after this is like so far up, because I'm just expecting them to be like the best action figure of all time. I love the Grenadiers and the Eels, so you can tell I get excited about the Joes. I'm so glad that that's happening right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Can you imagine whenever the bats come out and then they're like,
yes.
and then Target's trying to be like, you're limited to 1. It was like, no.
Man, Hasbro's got Pulse, so we can talk about that in our topic. That what they could do for Joes in the future.
Well, you mentioned the drop down legs. I think the Spider-Man, the carded Spider-Man, that's coming
the
out
new
there.
one. Yeah, I'm about 2 days from getting him. He just shipped, so I can't count him because I haven't put him in hand. But hopefully, he's got him too.
I think he does. I think they're adding that to that Marvel line.
Yeah.
Well, is it my turn? Number 1? Oh, my God.
Number 1.
Better not be a pop.
Oh, dang. Oh, well, never mind. Okay. Mine's a little figure. And this guy does not disappoint. It's this guy right here. He's my child. I'm getting child support from Hasbro, and they killed it. I mean, I've always wanted one. I never had a G1. I had a friend who had one, and he would let me borrow it. I played with it. I loved the way the legs moved when he was in Scorpion mode. He doesn't have that, but I don't miss it. I think the proportions are better.
Oh, yeah.
A lot better than the original. He's got more. I mean, I don't play with my toys, but in terms of play value, he's got a lot of it. And all 3 modes he pulls off just fine. I mean, there's nothing to complain about. The ratchets are strong from what I've seen in reviews. I think some people have problems with the shoulder, but there's an easy fix for that. But otherwise, this is probably the best Titan figure that they've come out with. Maybe Omega Supreme is close second. I don't have him yet, but this guy is just a thing of beauty. He's huge. He doesn't even have his head on, and he's huge, And because of him,
hey, don't forget those little slots in the top and the bottom. Those actually have things in them, because I almost threw those in the trash.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
These things. So I had to buy him Fort Max to have someone for him to face off with. So I have 4 Titans to play around with because of this guy right here.
Yes.
Definitely pick him up if you find him. I mean, if he's a whole lot of fun.
Let's see. Randy Book says number 1 is Hot Toys Punisher War Machine. And Punisher War Machine. I'm trying to think of. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
He's got that skull on the chest.
Yeah. Delirium says Black Series The Child is his number one. So
What?
Best choice ever, right there. Yeah.
the little bitty guy. Let's see. And Mike, he says Earthrise Scorponok's his number one. Dalton says MP Lyle Convoy is his number one. And
Ugh, sorry, Dalton.
my number one as well. I guess there's nothing else to say. Is Scorponok guy. So
yeah. He's beautiful.
I love the big boys.
Oh yeah.
I freaked the dog out.
That's the best part.
I grabbed him and tripped the con and put him on the floor, and like he just took off. Man, he was scared. All right, so let's go ahead and we won't get into honorable mentions. We'll get more into that whenever we do our 20 for figures at the end of the year. So I figured there's no reason to do honorable mentions at this time. So
yeah, we're good.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the screen share. We do have a few things to show off. And just some images, because we only had like one or two images, and for the pre-order, this is an Amazon 2-pack. So I wanted to make sure that we could see a little bit better. Hate the rims, the little plugs, but other than that, I like the way Prowl looks.
Prowl's okay, but they killed Ironhide. They ruined him.
Yeah, man, I never thought I'd miss pins in the wheels. But I do miss pins in the wheels.
I mean, how does that get by to where like someone doesn't stop them and be like, hey, you know what? There's something we could do different here.
Yeah, it's one of those corners that they should not cut.
Yeah.
That's what I haven't heard any other show say that. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I obviously love toys. I don't see other people saying that, but I know our show has echoed that for a while now.
See, I prefer this. I mean, I don't want them translucent, but I prefer this.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is like, man, you're doing so well. Like we talk about that Optimus Prime, where like you're doing great on that with the Skylinks, the Snapdragon.
They're awesome.
And then it's like you get to the cars. This is the most basic thing, and that this is aimed at adult collectors. This isn't aimed at the kids. You can say all you want. It's the kids that buy it. No, it's not. These are $20 figures. Like you've increased the price. I expect this to be solved, because other than that, it's a great looking figure in both modes.
Yeah.
But those rims, man.
And right here with Wheeljack, you show me that you know how to do it.
Yeah.
So we know that what looks good. Because can you imagine like if the Wheeljack had like the wheels like this instead of those rims?
Yeah. And like think about it like this. Think about how many times that basic mold is being used, like your Dotson brothers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. It would have made sense to go ahead and just do the pin or some other method like Wheeljack and just get it in there, because you're going to repeat it a few times, not just once. It's going to pay for itself. But
exactly,
I think we as a community, we should be like, look, these Earthrise. I've heard a lot of people say Earthrise is some of their favorite stuff that's been happening in the last decade. So I think a lot of us are on that page, but it's just some of these little corners that you're cutting. Fix it. That's all. We're going to buy it. We love this product, but you can make it better. And I don't think it would cost much. I'd love to see a cost breakdown of what that would be.
The cost to put in a pin is so insignificant. It's a shame.
Or at least don't call it out. Like, I don't know what it would look like with just the black pegs in there. Maybe that's better. But like, if you looked at that blue streak image, seeing the blue poke through the black, you're not hiding that. You're like peacocking. And that's the last thing you want to peacock is that ugly peg in that wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Other
you're
than
gonna
that,
sell
I
some
don't have
mold.
complaints. I love what they're doing with all this stuff, but some of the details is where I have to nitpick stuff.
Now, oh, do we not have any? Okay, I know some people have been complaining about you can see the feet in the back of the van, but
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that kills it for me.
that doesn't bother me as much as this does, because at the end of the day, he's a square. What is this? A Toyota van? I think we
Yeah.
had one of those back in the 80s. Like, it's
Yeah.
a very plain van with a sliding door. It's whatever. It's a van.
Yep.
So, in-hand images of a little one. This is like the only one I was able to get to pre-order. The alternate mode is kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really care about it, but
Well, she played a big role in Netflix, didn't she?
yeah,
Yeah.
I like
She's
that.
important.
But see, I think the robot mode,
Yeah.
is fine. So that's why I was like, man, I don't mind picking. I don't care if the alternate mode is kind of boring. It's Cybertronian, and that's the secondary backpack. So you like, it's not going to be all that, because that can detach right there. So you can just have that, because you can see that there's a weight distribution problem here. They got her all leaning forward, doing the Michael Jackson, and backpack out way in the other side. Yeah, so I would just leave that on the floor. Like, we've seen pictures of RC with it like that.
Yeah.
And I like that it's not even the same, exact mold. Like, they retooled. Like, you look at the shoulders, you look at the chest, the I don't know, call it crotch area. What do you call it? The hips and stuff.
Yep.
Yo, what's up, Otto? Yeah, Shock went 3-0. So they in the semifinals. Semifinals are tomorrow, and also the championship. So yeah, so you just leave her like this. That way you don't put that thing on the back, so she doesn't have that weird weight distribution problem. The legs, are they different too? The shins look like it. No, okay, they're the same. Couple hotties there, man. Yeah, Dalton, man, you should have already pre-ordered her. She was the only one that I saw up available for pre-order. Yeah, Shock wasn't even running like their best comps and players and stuff. It's, again, they're playing with their food, but they'll be more serious in semis and finals. Bumblebee. It's weird that Bumblebee's an exclusive to Walmart.
Yeah. For now, I guess. Who knows?
Obviously, I wasn't able to get him or Soundwave.
Yeah, I'm assuming in the second Netflix series we're going to see him transform.
I mean, this is a really nice looking bug.
Yeah.
The Volkswagen symbol on there and everything. Oh, I don't want to go through the whole transformation here, but it's pretty nice. Good looking face.
Yeah.
And Double Cross, which wasn't Double Cross a pretender, like a two-headed pretender, and he was a jet?
think I have him.
Yeah, because I was looking, I was like, "Oh, this guy has two heads." The only other one that I know of that has two heads was a Pretender, and it was like blue. It was two human heads, and then it was blue and green and white, and he had a gray jet with a red little attachable wings. So I guess this is the same name. That's what they're going for. Huh.
Yeah.
Dalton's getting this.
I'm getting two.
Oh, Dalton said the one I'm thinking of is Double Header. Okay.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Okay. I knew it was double something, and then the like the kind of red wings back here, the double heads. I was like,
yeah. That's why we have these young guys on the show to help keep us straight.
Yeah.
We'll be over here being like, what's his name? Skeletor.
Help us out, kids. Yeah.
I know, and Dalton, he's having to take got a head mechanic. He's missing. So.
Oh yeah.
Dude, this looks clean.
Yeah, no complaints. No complaints.
Where is Cameron? All right, and some of the other stuff, we got some looks at some of the cone heads, which are also going to be Amazon exclusives. I didn't have any problems. Not all these are Amazon exclusive, but we got some pictures of the cone heads.
They're from France. Yeah.
I didn't have any problem with the Amazon exclusives. Like
same here. Yeah.
I was able to just go on there and click the links and get them.
The only thing I have to say about Amazon is sometimes it's hard to find the links, and we have to depend on people super sleuthing like 24 hours in advance to try to find the link so that they can pass it around to everyone.
Oh yeah, I think you had to send me the links because I would type in their names and like nothing came up.
I always go to Dalton or Dakota, or I usually reach out to someone saying, "Yo,
you gotta get some of these tech savvy 20-year-olds to." Yep, there's a cone heads, which again, I think it would make more sense if they just did it just a 3-pack. I mean, they've done 3-packs before, just
yeah.
But I guess since Skywarp and Thundercrack were 2-pack, they were like, we'll do these 2-pack and then Thrust single like they did.
I think it's easier for people to swallow too. I mean, that 3-pack was kind of sitting around after a while.
The reason why I like 3-packs, if you're doing something, so like if you did the Insecticons, if you did the Reflector, you do the Coneheads or the Seekers, they're 3-packs. I want those 3-packs because, hey, I find it. I found all 3. There's no more searching. I don't go and I buy like, okay, I've got like they were doing with the Tetra Jets. Remember, like you had Starscream and you had Thundercracker, but you couldn't find Skywarp anyway. It was sold out, and if you wanted to buy them, you're paying $100-something for a $25, $30 figure. That's why they had to go back and this is some other character. It's got like some black and purple, so you can pretend it's Skywarp. Like it's better if like they're all 3 there. At least that's. I mean, with the Reflector. How they were selling them individually, and then they were like, but here's this deal where here's all 3 of them together, Yeah,
the G1 colors. Yep. Toy. Yeah.
Looking nice.
Yeah, these look really good.
Can't wait for Thrust.
I like how they have different facial expressions too.
Yeah.
Some nice paint there on the legs too. Dirge.
My only nitpick with the Jets are, and this is only because they're that good. I think they're super solid, and the fact that they don't have the landing gear in the plane mode, it's the only thing that I nitpick because every time I put it down, I want that just landing gear. Because they are that good, you kind of want them to have it because they're really amazing at that Voyager scale.
Again, that sounds like something that is the same guy that was in charge of that is the same one that made the decisions on, hey, we put a rim or do we just like leave some like ugly pegs sticking out of the wheel?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a detail.
Yeah.
It's budget. It's probably a corner again.
Love this. I can't wait for this little set here.
Yeah, me too. I love those guys.
Got the NASA on there. And then we've looked at this. Oh, you got 3 different types of Sharkticons. I'm gonna have to track down some Sharkticons, man. And but this was also posted on Transformers Facebook page, so it's gonna be legit. You know it is.
Looks good to me. Even though it has Smokescreen's head, like Dalton pointed out earlier.
Right.
I like it. Either way, it's cool.
Yeah, that's weird. If anything, it should have Prowl's head.
Yeah.
Again, that's the same guy that's in charge of the rims and landing gear so just those little bitty things, like.
And notice on this one, it's not as bad though, right? Because it's not a different color. They're all kind of in that same arena. When you call it out and you make it blue and it's a black wheel, it just calls itself out. There, it's a little bit more camouflaged, right? Just a little bit more.
It's like everyone has like, a big group of guys, y'all went and bought some rims and everyone just has some nice clean rims. And then here Dakota pulls up where he's got spinners with neon lights under them and like spinning around. And it's like, look at me peacocking. And that's no joke, because did he say like when he gets his new car, the first thing he's doing is getting an undercarriage light kit for it? So like he's trying to bring it back to the 2000s, man, the early 2000s. Dalton said he's not getting this one. Anyone like that one?
Yeah, I'm getting Tigertron. He's my favorite Beast Wars guy.
Same here.
Him and honestly, when Ravage came on, those two were probably my favorite appearances. I like him.
He looks weird to me, but
for sure.
I like it.
I think the bot mode is spot on.
That's probably what they sacrificed, it looks like, quite a bit for that Tiger mode. And then there's for Dalton and Delirium. They'll probably want those. Randy Books, he's with me. I have someone on my side. He says, "Yeah, Beast Wars sucks." Don't tell me interns. I invented interns. Blaming. No, it might have been interns. Who knows?
Yeah, it could have been.
This is such a cool little set.
Here's to hoping it doesn't sell out the day that they put 40 things up, and you have to choose which you're getting.
Dude, my calendar on my phone is full. Like there's something that hits on like this Monday. There's something that hits on the 14th, and there's something that hits on like some date. Like it's just all these dates when stuff like hits it somewhere. Yeah. It's just full for like the next 2 months. How many you pre-ordered, Dalton? If you're a real fan, you'll get 3. So you can have combined mode, beast mode, and robot mode for each individual. I still think it's weird because it lines up there. It just looks like this should be slid up.
It does. But I guess not.
Poor girl, man.
Yeah.
Because it looks weird with it down there. I thought it was an intern issue as well. And then I was like, well, the white line lines up, so.
Poor RC.
Hopefully she'll be better once in hand. My expectations are still up there for her.
Oh, Auto, you like the Autobots? And there's got Prime, Grapple, Hoist, Cliff Jumper, Wheeljack. Here's the big boy, and yeah, Mike was hating on Double Dealer, but what do you make his number 8 spot? I saw these guys in Target today, but I was like, I already have them. I guess it's just a slight color difference or something.
Yeah, I haven't ordered them yet. I don't know if I need to be completist or not.
Yeah, look at the Skylinks, man. That's so awesome. Old lady chest RC, yeah. Poor girl, man. Yeah, we all got those. Scorpion mode looks so good. And these are all out, so. All right, this is for you, Sport. This is a 3-0 Deluxe Blitzwing in G1 vintage colors. I believe they said like $230 and like 10 inches tall or something like that.
Yeah, I'll stick with the original one. I don't care for the colors on this one.
Dude, it's the G1 colors, man.
Kind of, yeah.
Or you're getting the other one from the movie?
Yeah.
Color? Yeah, okay. So you're going strictly movie, okay.
Very pointy.
Someone ever... Yeah, he's one of those... It looks like you stab somebody with this.
Oh, yeah. He's got sharp edges. Yeah.
All right, and getting into third party, Fans Hobby, Ace Hitter. That's basically the Ghost Shooter Siren.
Yep.
Now I saw there was a debate. Is this the MK3 Toyota Supra or is it the RX-7?
It's the Mazda RX-7. I obsessed over that car when I was young.
Okay.
When I was a wee lad.
That's what I believe Cameron said, and then someone else told him, no, it's Toyota, MK3 Toyota Supra. He was like, I would know because I own one. I'm like, both those cars are very similar as far as the way they look.
The Supra was longer. They're similar in styling, but that's definitely an RX-7.
I mean, there's no, the 90s ones, the MK4 Supra and the 90s RX-7. Those look completely different, so they're easier to tell apart. You getting this, Rick? Are you getting these?
I have Athena on pre-order just through BBTS. No rush or anything, but if they do this one and they do Night Beat, I'm probably on board for 3. Yeah, I kind of want these. And I haven't bought a lot of third party this year. I think I've got maybe 2 or 3 items, not much. But I'm looking forward to the Minerva, so I'll probably get the Ghost Shooter.
This is something that I'd like to see Hasbro do these Headmaster Juniors, man.
Yeah,
and also the Decepticon ones as well.
Right.
The question is it too late now that Warden has moved over to Power Rangers? Are things going to change? Are we not going to go down that deeper. I don't know, man.
Depends on who is in charge. Yeah.
Dalton, if you could contact your buddy, Warden, and find out if these may be in the pipeline, we'd appreciate it. X Transbots. This is more of kind of like a masterpiece size.
Yes.
That face isn't completely accurate. That's a little off there.
This thing lights up too.
I mean, yeah, but Impossible Toys was doing that back 20 years ago.
And I think it has voice clips.
That's cool.
It comes with a little ship, the little Quintesson ship. That's what I heard is to be the remote. And you can make it turn, and it'll change color and voice clips.
Huh. Okay.
And it floats.
I don't know if I need all that, but
Well, every time it each time it's a different face, the bottom glows a different color.
Is there
a feature?
Have they showed it off yet in the video? Is it out
somewhere there is one. I stumbled onto it a while back. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I mean, there's the buttons right there. So that's kind of cool that they used the remote and they actually made it look like the ship. That is a neat idea.
Yeah.
It's a pretty decent size.
And what's the company?
X Transbots.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like their Stunticons.
Yeah, they've really stepped up in quality.
And Toy World. So you get a couple of accessories here. What is this? World War II barricade or something like that? Or robe? Yeah, okay, barricade. All right.
Yeah.
Was he even in the movie? I don't even.
Yeah, is he in the worst movie of all time? I'm not
sure.
I
think he is. Yeah. They did the tank, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, but was he actually in the movie, or are they just like, hey, this is kind of like the World War II scene inspired, and this is what we think it would have looked like, or something?
That movie was so bad, I don't remember.
Is there a World War II frenzy with him?
Some way, yeah. They got to be making this stuff up. I don't remember any of this. All right, Matty the dentist said he's not. Okay.
Man, that's a deep, weird cut when you're like, hey, I want to make some concept stuff from the last night. I mean, that's risky, right? You got to be pretty confident to be like, yeah, you know what we're gonna do?
Remember that one scene that was only like 15 seconds long? We're gonna make some concept figures from that.
They'll love it.
Rising Force getting on their Stunticons.
Yeah, they're a little late to the game on that.
Yeah, it's too late for me. I'm already in on two others. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like a company coming out like making a Devastator.
They haven't released a single one. And a lot of these guys, like X Transbots, they've released about 4 of them or 5. So,
how many is Fans Toys released?
3
of
them.
Jeez, they're way behind then.
Yeah.
Fans Toys, it takes them years to come out with their stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they're on their way. I mean, they got the yellow one on the way, Dragster.
Yeah, Magnum took a little bit longer, I think, than I was expecting. That one, which is, I understand, the world is a little different, but that's fine.
Can I interest you in Lemon Tree Toys Purple Potato?
Sounds tasty.
So it's Dalton. Was it you that said that you're like, hey, you kind of like this idea of it, turning into the ship in Soundwave? It was somebody.
Shockwave. Somebody liked it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, not me.
But you know, since Unicron's coming out, maybe some would like this.
What's up, Kurt Fury? I mean, it's there for somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not me though. All right, and a BotCon 2021 exclusive Wasp Raider. So made by Valverse.
Yeah, I think it's their first exclusive that they have revealed. It's pretty cool. It comes with the jetpack. I like the colors. I like the call out. Yeah, and it's cool because, you know, I'm all about BotCon, but I'm also all about Action Force.
Yeah, you get a little
It's a
stand.
cool reveal.
I like the paint on the weapon. Just
Yeah.
this little bit of paint, man, makes a difference. I've been asking for that on Black Series figures.
Yep, and it's that you can carry that over to the Joe stuff as well. They could make already fantastic figures even better.
You know what he reminds me of? Let's see, it's not Nemesis Enforcer, it's the red guy, just his helmet, you know, and
Cobra Law Troopers.
Cobra Law Trooper. Okay, I didn't know it was something else.
Cobra Law guys, guards or whatever.
Kind of reminds me, you know, of them, you know, the eyes or mask and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I like that. Like, if you're following the Action Force stuff, I like that there's like the swarm troopers, and then you have this guy who looks, you know, a little bit different, kind of off to the side. So I like the idea. He could be. I was telling, I think I was on Mike's show, the Angry Mike show, or just on the G.I. Joe show, we were talking about it, and I told him I already had a mythos built for this guy. Yeah, because I think he's really cool looking. I think they did a good job coming up with this idea, and I like the idea that you know, BotCon kind of has a history of doing some cool exclusives, and sometimes the club would do more than just robots, and I think this harkens back to some of that stuff we liked about BotCon. So it looks like they're going to be doing some of that, which is always cool.
Yeah, because the club did those, you know, only human episode.
Yeah, they did. So. Yeah.
All right, Super 7, they're gonna be doing Disney figures. So there you go, Dalton.
Man, Super 7's rolling now, right?
They
With
are
the big guys. Yeah. They're like, no big deal, just Disney, you know. And tell me that's not a deep hole to fall down.
Oh my
Disney
God.
characters.
How many characters they could do?
They hit the jackpot on it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this out here. I don't know if any other show has covered it or said it, but you heard it here first. If they do gargoyles, I will buy every single figure.
I'll buy some gargoyles, and Dalton doesn't even have to comment. I know he'll buy all the gargoyles too. Probably Dalton, Dakota may too as well.
Yeah, I'm in on that. Yeah,
dude, that's cool that you get like all these little things too.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love Disney stuff. I just can't fall down that hole. Now, if they do, there's a few that I would buy other than gargoyles, but
like Tailspin.
Man, I'd be worried.
Tailspin.
I'd be worried if they go down those holes, man. It's going to get hard.
They start doing that, and you're like, oh, okay, you know, maybe I'll do it. And then they start doing Darkwing Duck, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Gummy bears, dude. Like it's
dangerous.
Disney, like just overall, but like even if you're thinking, oh, just one specific thing, like if you're like Rescue Rangers, like man, it would take a long time to just do all those, you know.
Well, and don't forget, so I don't know what the contract is that they've set up with Disney, but don't forget they have things like Nightmare Before Christmas, which is cult classic stuff. I don't know,
Yeah,
man. It's going to be interesting to see what Super 7 does.
is doing those right now.
Yeah, they did Black Hole too, which is a Disney, and Tron. So I wonder what the contract is. Somebody should ask. Is it Brian Super 7?
Brian
Somebody
Flynn,
should
yeah.
ask him what that contract carries. I don't know if they've talked about it, but if anybody, let me know if anybody knows.
Yeah, see, Dalton says, man, I'm tempted by the Prince John. I loved Robin Hood as a kid. I will buy some Tailspin figures and Darkwing Duck, and we know we'll buy gargoyles as well. So, yeah, this could be dangerous and expensive for Dalton, man.
Point of no return on that one, yeah.
Yeah. Some PowerCon exclusives. I think these go live. Which day is it? First sale begins today. And second sale is at 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. So if you want these, then you got an opportunity. So 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunday, tomorrow. You can get these two guys. Not bad. Marvel Legends, Rogue, and Pyro. Dude, this is pre-ordered.
Yeah.
You get it specialty shops like BBTS and places like that. You can pick these up at Hasbro Pulse. Still need my Savage Rogue.
Yeah, these are awesome.
And getting the Pyro, it makes you start thinking about some of the others that were on the island in his group that you'd want as well.
Yeah, I know I've still got my blob from years ago, but I know you had mentioned wonder if they'll make a new blob and that bigger deluxe scale. Also, Avalanche. I don't think we ever got an Avalanche.
And Avalanche goes with Pyro. He needs the Avalanche. I still need all of we're like Sinister's group,
Yeah, I mean the Marauders.
Is that those are the ones from Savage Island?
Well, in the comic, I can't remember what was on the cartoon. In the comic, Sinister's group was the Marauders. He was behind the Mutant Massacre.
It might be them because we got the Sinister, we got the Sauron. Like you just need a few of those
Savage Land stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. David Cabal says X-Men arcade villains. Love to get a good updated blob. And yeah, Matty says new Marvel Legends like every day.
It's true, man. I gotta cherry pick that stuff. If you go all in, that's a hard thing to keep up with, especially with Joe's coming out and those being awesome. There's a lot now.
In Black Series, they're all about to hit.
And I do some Power Rangers too. So it is every day. You're right. It's every single day.
Every single day they've been announcing stuff that they're coming out with. They're pre-order here, do this, or like it's getting released.
I know.
And the thing is, we can't half this stuff you can't find.
Right.
So hard.
It's hard to keep up with announcements. It's like Fan Friday, Terrific Tuesday, Manic Monday. I don't know. They got fan stuff every day. You get a day and you get a day. It's crazy.
This is the Jazzwares Halo stuff 6-inch. I don't know if Dakota's getting this or not.
Thank God. One thing I don't do, Halo. I play the games though.
Hey, there's Cameron. What's up, man? He says, too bad they didn't include a pair of hands with Rogue removing a glove, like in the box art. Yeah, missed opportunity there. And this is going to be available for pre-order Monday, guys. So from the NECA store. So Monday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, you can get the Super Shredder from the NECA store. And it's not going to be hey, it's open for pre-orders for like the Tonka and Razor was for, a full week. This it goes up for pre-order and then until it sells out. So, which means to tell me that it's going to be a pain in the butt. But still, we'll have opportunity to get it at Walmart, which my Walmart, I go in there, I start talking about NECA and Ninja Turtles, and they just look at me like, so
What's that?
do you want to buy a TV or?
I don't carry the NECA, but I got a Samsung.
Yeah, I got a Samsung. I got some phones over here.
Walmart.
Yeah,
my Walmart is when they pick up. You like to pick up like their like walkie-talkie or whatever they have. They're like, "Hey, can you help this guy out?" And they just pass me along to the next person.
Yeah.
I get that. That's Target too, by the way. And they aren't that nice.
Well, not gonna be making more Turtles in Time arcade figures. Yeah, the arcade ones, those are the ones that are gonna be sold on like your BBTS. Your movie figures like this are gonna be exclusive to Walmart, and your cartoons are exclusive to Target.
Good luck.
Get your calendar out and start loading it up.
And here's your NECA Christmas Gremlin, and you get a Gizmo.
Oh, I like that. He's festive.
Dude,
like
they're gonna make
look at that.
Like the Predators.
Put that next to the Flashing Gremlin. Perfect.
I do like that movie. I haven't watched that recently. I need to watch it again.
And oh man, because we just looked at the Super Shredder, and you're like, okay, that's cool and stuff. And then Playmates is like, hey, remember these things that we made a few years ago?
Yeah.
We're not gonna update them all. We're just gonna paint them all like Mirage Comic. Give them all red bandanas.
They're so lazy. Yeah.
It's like, no.
Not gonna buy it.
I got those. I did the Mondos on the comic stuff. They have a lot of choices if you're a Turtles fan right now.
Which is good. Yeah.
Dude, nobody is going into this though.
Yeah, it seems like this has been covered, but it's sort of like Transformers, it's covered, but evidently there's room for more.
Rick, you like Power Rangers? Bam, here's your new Power Rangers.
Yeah, I saw this was happening. It looks like I'm getting a legit Green Ranger and
finally
Black Ranger without the armbands and the shield.
Yeah.
And I'm all about, Zeo Ranger 5, red. I'm all about that. Like my Tommy stuff, so I'm down. Power Rangers in space. I actually like Power Rangers in space and Psycho Rangers. It's a good time to be a Power Rangers fan. I do wish they'd do the drop down legs like the G.I. Joes, though. If any other line deserved it, it would be these guys, because they kick it all the time. So
exactly.
This one is Sentinel. This is your 6-inch as well, Iron Man. So it's kind of like a weird take on Iron Man.
I feel like they've tried everything. I've seen translucent armor. I've seen Tron Iron Man. They got the Punisher War Machine. They got all kinds of like Iron Man type stuff out. They've done it all.
I wonder who's buying these though. Like, because wouldn't you want if you're like an Iron Man collector, you bought some Iron Man because I know Randy Book said that one of the Hot Toys Iron Man was like his number 10 or something like that. Like, wouldn't you want like armor that's actually like legit and not these like, oh, this is kind of like a weird creation interpretation type?
That's how I am. I mean, I like to build out like some characters of my favorite movies. So that's how I roll.
Yeah, because here's a Marvel. This is the Square Enix variant. This is a Thor. Now I do have one variant from Square Enix, and it's Batgirl, and I got it just because it's Batgirl, you know, because like whatever version you try to make of her, she's still gonna look awesome and hot.
It's Barbara, and she's sexy.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've never seen an ugly Batgirl, so. But yeah, like I don't know, the Thor. Like, would you get this?
I wouldn't. That's not my taste.
I mean, maybe if you were just like a huge Thor collector and like all you collected was Thor, maybe.
Yeah.
Then you get some more Thor here. Final Battle, Thanos. This SH Figure Arts. Is it Fat Thor?
In-game Thor. Yeah. In the Final Battle, Thanos, I guess. They look pretty good. I mean, you know, I don't do the figure arts often. I only have a few. They always look slightly off to me, like too off for me to build a team of them, you know?
Yeah. I always think like the faces don't look that great. I'm always looking at the Hasbro's with their new face printing technology. I'm like, the Hasbro's $20 figures
starting to look better. Yeah.
Here's your only 1/6 scale. This is Asmus Toys or something.
I think they're doing the Lord of the Rings stuff. I still have my old ones that Sideshow did, but they're put away now. I put them away recently. They're still pretty cool. I assume there's a lot of Lord of the Rings fans out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I watch stuff like that, but it's kind of like what we've talked about with like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones. Like, I like those shows. Yep. Do I need their action figures? No.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. All right. So, let's stop the screen share. Let's get into, we won't bog on it too much, but we kind of said we'd have a couple topics and bring on them and touch on them. The kind of state of collecting, and you thought, to me, I thought it would be easier, with having to stay home and everything and order online, that they would make everything a lot more available online. It'd be easy, man. Add to cart. You actually get to fill your cart out and check out. Like the days of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive sales of Matty Collector, of things being gone within like 12 seconds. You can add them to your cart and they sell out, and it took several attempts. I thought those days were gone. And we used to get freaked out about that, and now it seems that like all of them, they're all having this problem. So, I mean, I pretty much know we all have the same experience, but what website or what companies have you been struggling with the most, and which ones have kind of impressed you the most, the way that they handle it?
Well, I think we all have struggled with Target and Walmart, and that seems to be
easily
Hasbro's favorite partnerships. So, and I mean, I know everybody's kind of been talking about it the last month or so, but even if you're there and you plan for it and you get to the website 20 minutes in advance and hit refresh and forget about your family, forget about work, and focus, you're still not guaranteed getting even one of the 20 things that you want. So, I mean, that's pretty frustrating. I think in the past, we've experienced that with a few things, but like, you talk about like your Digital River and Natty Collector. There were some issues there. I never had a whole lot of issues with it, to be quite honest. I know a lot of people did, but
No, I
I
did.
remember that that's recent enough, in the last decade where we've had, issues. But now it seems like, and I know a lot more people are on social now, and there's a lot more voices being heard, so to speak. So we get to see everybody having practically the same experience of frustration. I really haven't seen anyone say, wow, that was easy. That's just not. Sometimes people would in the past, but I'm not seeing that now. So I think those are the worst culprits for me.
Well,
I mean, if we want to talk about the worst and then we talk about what we want, that would be my worst. Those two, and I depend on them because that's where my favorite stuff is at, mostly.
Two of the biggest problems, though, is one is the site's fault. The other one is not. Some of these websites they're placing no limits, or their limits are too high, like limit of 12 or something. They should lower those limits for one. And the other problem is bots. Bots are buying these things up faster than you can click on them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So let's say whenever I went to Amazon, it's because the thing is, like, some of the places I'm not experiencing these problems, and it seems to only be Walmart and Target. Because I go to Amazon, I'm like, okay, I want to order these 2 Transformer 2-packs, and they had been up for hours. It was like, Rick's like, here's the links, click, add to cart, click, add to cart, checkout, done. I was like, all right, well, that actually was easy. Something goes to where it's going to be at BBTS, and they have the arcade turtles for NECA, and it's like, I would assume that NECA makes the same amount of arcade turtles as they do movie turtles, as they do Toon Turtles, or maybe even more, because those are at Walmarts and Targets. And it's like, those sell out. You can never find them at Walmarts and Targets, but I can go to BBTS right now or Entertainment Earth and just be like, oh, there they are. Click, pre-order, checkout, Like, why are those things so much easier than the Walmarts and Targets when we know that the majority of people that go to BBTS and Entertainment Earth and these other toy companies that are online, the big majority of them are toy collectors. That's what they're there to do, is buy, adult action figure collectibles, to where most of the people that shop at Walmart and Target aren't collectors. Right. So, like, their inventory to me should be like overwhelming. It should be like, hey, can you quit sending us so much of this stuff, or we're gonna have to throw it on clearance, So I don't know. That's what I don't understand. And then you look at the company where NECA, where they're like, hey, we're sending it out, and I get they're trying, because they obviously want to sell product. It would be a stupid business decision to make a prototype and paint it up, put it in the package, and be like, let's only send out 15 of these, Like, you'd think that they would also send out way more, because the problem I have is I only have one Target, unless I want to travel another hour away from my house, and the guy in the toy department, he buys up all the exclusives at Targets. They never even hit the floor, and then he sells them at local conventions while wearing his Target shirt. So.
Yeah. There's another issue at Target too that I didn't know about until it was when the Black Series Rise of Skywalker and Mandalorian figures were hitting for the first time. And there were a handful of us that lined up early, like I would have done 10 years ago at a Target, did that. And I managed to get through 3 Targets that day. I managed to get what I wanted, but this is what I discovered. They let us in. We were walking towards the aisle. We were really close, and I could see the employees. And I'm not the only one that saw this. All of us saw this. They started to fulfill orders as they cracked open the cases from their online pre-orders. So at that first particular store, only 2 of us got everything we wanted, and everybody else was out of luck because they were fulfilling orders as we were coming into the store when we lined up, an hour out. So I didn't know they did that. And then I
Yeah.
discovered it again. I was reintroduced to that concept through a grumpy Target employee like a week or 2 ago during the G.I. Joe fiasco. And that's when one of the Target employees told me that we G.I. Joe collectors will never see these because the pre-orders sold out and everything that they've gotten, they're fulfilling pre-orders for. And I never did see it in the shelf. I went that one day. It was after the fact. Like I think Mike had found them maybe like 4 days before or 5 days before, at least a week before when I went in. So, and other people, it was hit or miss. It seemed like everybody had a little bit of a different story or slightly different story, but a few people found them, but it was just luck of the draw. So that's one thing I don't like about Target and how they're handling the exclusives.
Yeah, and it's several of their exclusives. So it's the NECA Turtles. There's the Black Series. Captain Crimson or
Cardinal.
Cardinals. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew it was something.
And DJ Rex.
Yeah. So I mean, there's those. Then you have their GI Joes that everyone wants, and a few of these things are Hasbro, which makes me think like, is Hasbro gonna make more of this stuff and send it out and be like, hey, like all the Targets were all sold out, or are they just gonna be like, yeah, that was it? Because if that's the way it's going to be, then I might as well stop collecting this line now because like that's got to be so frustrating to know that you got to go if you want to be completist and buy everything, especially army build, that I'm gonna have to go online and pay 3 or 4 times what the retail is on eBay. Like, yo, man, that's gonna get too expensive for my blood, especially if I'm gonna army build in 4s, 3 or 4s.
Yeah,
So
it's too hard to even hook friends up because like I've gotten a few things from Mike, or some of us have gone out and had a few successes, but it's not enough to fulfill like what everybody wants, especially the troop builders. And that's just a bad place to be. It used to be that method helped. So, you wouldn't have to look forever. You would get 1 or 2 of these things. Your friends would find them and you could get them through your community. But this time it's too hard for that. You can help a few people out, but you can't get everybody satisfied. And when you can't give a business your money, when you are screaming you want to give them your money, that's a problem.
Yep. It seems backwards to me. It's to where like they don't even have to advertise it or anything anymore. Like because they just make an announcement, we find out, we share it amongst other collectors, we figure all the stuff out as far as dates, times, and stuff like that. And yeah, here you have all these people like, okay, I want to give you my money for product. To where it used to be like, hey, we need toy commercials, we need the cartoons to run this, like we need all this stuff to sell, and then they're packed. Let's see, I just remembered, I was gonna screen share this. Wait, where is it? Okay, yeah, let me screen share this. Yeah, at the beginning of the show, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, here's the meme. G.I. Joe when I was a kid. Look at all this stuff, man. That's
Toys R Us.
All over the place. G.I. Joe today, if you're lucky.
Right.
Like this meme couldn't be more true.
Now, like, maybe, and I hope that Hasbro comes back on this. What if 3 years from now we're on this show and talking about this, and G.I. Joe has a substantial place on the aisle? I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're in a different era. But if it did, I'd be super impressed. And while we're talking about like kind of the bad stuff, and before we talk about like what we want to see, the Pulse is also a guilty. They're not innocent on this. I mean, there have been times in the last since they've been around, like 2 years at least. There have been times where I've tried to get exclusives and they've sold out. And I'm somebody that's pretty into this stuff. But, can I always, I know, like, if I'm in a meeting or, just something with work has me occupied and I can't be there, that's happened before. But there's also been times where like 2 minutes into it, I've gone and it's gone already. So, Pulse is not innocent on this. Like if they're supposed to kind of be the new modern answer for where to go, where fans go to get Hasbro products, I feel like they're not quite hitting on all cylinders.
I think that they're also totally confused on what the meaning of pre-order is. The pre-order does not sell out, because the pre-order isn't, hey, we'll fulfill your pre-orders out of products that are already existing. It's basically, if we want to go ahead and get into it, what system do I like? Super 7, best system out there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
Just showing you this is what this wave is. It's coming out during these times. Here is a month to pre-order. Like whatever NECA they were doing, like, hey, it's our Tonka Razor 2-pack. It'll be up for pre-order for a week. And then like all these, NECA bros, they're all like, see, man, that, like this is the way it should be. There's no excuses now. I'm like, well, that's only a week. Most people get paid bi-weekly, and
Right.
like,
yeah.
A month is what if their paycheck is like, hey, that's when they having to pay a whole lot of bills, and also like a lot of people don't have jobs, and stuff like that. Like, what do you mean? Like, there's no reason anyone can complain that they're not able to get it, Super 7's perfect. Here is a month block. So if you get paid bi-weekly, then you have 2 pay periods in there. To where if one check is like, yo, I'm paying mortgage and I'm paying bills and stuff, and then my second check is like, hey, that's when I got like time to play, which is basically the way I used to have it. Well, that was so easy, and then the pre-order's way out. But guess what? What if you even missed that pre-order? BBTS, they got them up for pre-order, and they didn't even mark them up either. They're the exact same price if you ordered them from BBTS or from Super 7 directly. So I was like, there's plenty of opportunity. And then it's like, okay, these are all the pre-orders cut off. This is the exact amount of number we're going to make then.
Exactly. Yeah. Made to order. Yeah.
Dude, made to order. Like that's to me, that's what a pre-order is.
Yep. That's how it should be. Yeah.
That's how it should be. I think we all three agree. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Because these classifieds, these, this line of Transformers that you're doing, that Black 6-inch Black Series, NECA, with your stuff as well, the new Power Rangers, there's, that the people buying that, they're all adult collectors.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I would say 99% of us benefit from it, if not 100%. I guess there's some people that want the thrill of the hunt type thing. I don't, but I think we benefit. Who doesn't benefit? The scalpers.
Oh yeah, see, that's the other thing is.
So I'm all for it.
That must piss them off so bad when Super 7's like, yo, we're doing made to order stuff right here,
They still, if you think about it, there's always, procrastination is not something that's made up. People will procrastinate and miss that window. So I bet that the aftermarket, the scalpers, or people that get into the line later and they're not remaking the figures like a best of, like Black Series does, they might have to pay more for it. That's something. But for the most part, made to order answers so many of the questions. It makes people happy. It makes me happy. I love that. A month is perfect.
And again, like I know I would have to wait longer for this stuff, but like eventually it catches up because, like we said earlier, like you guys are announcing stuff every day,
right.
So like eventually it catches up to where we'll still be pre-ordering stuff, but we'll be pre-ordering stuff that won't come in until like 6 months from now. But also like the stuff we pre-ordered 6 months ago is coming in today. So it's still a steady chain. It's just you're waiting a little bit longer to get those things. And Hasbro Pulse, I think that their site should like okay, Target, you got these exclusives and stuff like that. I think it should be something like they do with video games. I remember, like, I'm a Tomb Raider fan, play on PlayStation, but like the last Tomb Raider, or it might have been the second one, Xbox got it for a full year available to them. And I'm sitting there like, I can't wait to play this Tomb Raider game. And I'm missing all the spoilers, for a full year until it comes out on PlayStation. Like, I could eventually get it. I had to wait. So even whenever, like, let's say Target gets these exclusives that, hey, later on, like whatever, let's say 3 months, 6 months, whatever you want to put in there. It's like, hey, if you want them now, they're available at Target. But after that, we'll offer them on Hasbro Pulse, and just kind of keep it. We'll keep on making them as long as y'all want to keep on buying them, type thing. Like, that to me sounds smart. That way, Hasbro could actually come in and be like, Hasbro Pulse can be your one-stop shop for all Hasbro. Like, anything made by Hasbro, for adult collectors, you can get it here. And because some people, they will pay that extra, like, I want it now. Like if you put like a 3-month thing on there, I know a lot of people they'll pay that premium, to at Target or wherever to get it now. To where me, dude, I'm about that ease. I'm like, I'll wait. Dude, I got stuff that's been sitting in their same box for over a year, behind me. So, dude, I can wait.
No rush. Yeah.
I just want to be able to buy it.
Yeah. And if you think about it, like, so a place like Amazon, they've kind of made their success off of shipping and the convenience, and a website that's pretty good. Their website's pretty good, and they definitely were leaps and bounds ahead of their time. And that's kind of how they've made their success. If you look at the big box store, like if you look at a Target or a Walmart, historically, they're all about brick and mortar. And even though they've had time to figure out the online experience, they haven't figured it out. They've definitely been much more relaxed in trying to figure out how to match someone like an Amazon. And look at where it's gotten them. I mean, we'll probably live to see the end of a lot of brick and mortar. We've already seen a lot of it already. But they need to get in the game. It's not just that stuff, but other stuff. We're not the only collectors out there. There's a lot of other folks who have niche collecting type hobbies. And Target has a lot of exclusive stuff outside of toys. So
the Hot Wheel collectors, those people scare me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Dude, the Hot Wheel collectors, and there's a pretty big group of pop collectors that are always there in the morning waiting outside. They're like, and they go straight to the pops, and they're like looking at other people. Now they know me, and so they don't care about me because they're like, oh, dude, he's into like those action figures and stuff, so he's not gonna like mess with our pops and stuff. So they leave me alone. But the Hot Wheels collectors, you get even near them, they start trying to body block you. Like no, I'm still looking at this whole like 4-foot section.
Where's my chase?
Dude, I'm trying to get by you, man. So yeah. Delirium says, I'm with you guys, but with the Legends, I like to see the paint apps in hand before I buy.
Good point.
I mean, they could also do the prototypes. I mean, you have a pretty good idea of what it's going to turn out to look like because we got the face printing technology now.
Yeah, it's gotten better.
So I mean, I can almost trust, and I feel more comfortable like if I'm ordering something online, say at BBTS, with my Black Series stuff. Like, I feel comfortable that I can just go on there and click to buy. To where a few years ago, it'd be like, no, I want to find it in store. That way I can hold up all 5 of them and find out which one has the best eyes and stuff like that. Because some would have an eye here and then one would be on their forehead or something like that.
Yeah.
So, to where now, that's very rare that you have that.
Your chances are better for sure. Yeah, they're starting to work that part out. Hasbro is.
And then also the boxes. Like I went to Walmart today. They had some of the Master Universe stuff, the Origins.
Lucky. Oh.
They had 2 Thundercats, 4 Skeletors, a Beastman, and a Man-at-Arms. All of them cards bent, tore, and the boxes were crushed on the Battle Cats. I'm like, how does this happen? How?
Yeah.
And the Ghostbuster retro carded stuff was right next to them. They were bent up too. I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't get it. You know, like here's the stuff that is supposed to be meant for adult collector. I mean, that's the stocking person's job or whatever. But then I go look at like some of the other stuff, you know, that's like lower dollar, like $10 meant for kids. And I'm like, their boxes look pristine.
Yeah.
Like, how is this happening?
Oh yeah. Like Paw Patrol is perfect, all mint.
Yeah.
But not our
love
stuff.
me some Paw Patrol.
All right, did we want to cover anything else within that? I mean, I know it's a topic that's pretty much been going on for a couple weeks.
One thing I want to add, if that's all right, is the shipping. Amazon and Walmart and even Target's guilty of this. They're shipping stuff in bags that are not even padded. You know, and some people have gotten stuff like this one guy on another podcast. He got Snapdragon from, I believe, Amazon or Walmart in a bag, and it was so badly crushed that the toy itself was in pieces, broken in the packaging. That's how badly it arrived. And it was just rattling around in whatever was left of the Transformers box. That's bad.
Amazon, they had their exclusive Zuckuss and Forlome. They sent it in a bubble mailer.
And when they do put it in a box, they fold the card in half.
Oh, did they do that same to yours, Rick?
Oh yeah, the Forlome and Zuckuss. Yeah.
Yeah,
the cards inside were perfect, but the outside box not perfect.
Crushed. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
My cards are a little messed up. Like like I had to put stuff on it, but I'm like, yo, you're selling this as, hey, this is our exclusive carded set, you know, for the adult collector, and then I'm like, but then you follow up by put it in a bubble mailer.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, you know. It's like if you saw something that said, you know, hey, this is a TV, it's fragile, that you'd just be shunking it down the hallway, you know, like, oh, let's disregard that, you know.
And Amazon has concentrated on like the speed. I think they changed the game as far as how fast we can get something without going to a retail store. And that's kind of been their brand. And then we as collectors, we've all noticed the crushed boxes. I'm sure we're not the only thing in toy collectors. I'm sure other people have noticed it too. And I don't know if that would change. However, and I know it's more cost, but we buy a lot of stuff, Hasbro. There are ways, and when I got my sail barge through HasLab, and it was an expensive product, but it was packed in such a way that it made it across the country, and it was perfect. So you can work on the packaging end, and maybe that's something that they have to do. You know, they shouldn't have to, but the world that we live in, maybe for the collector items that they do, especially the exclusives, where we have to kind of get them a certain way, I think that maybe they could change the packaging. The Psycho Rangers came this week, and their inner shell was amazing. I think it was probably the SDC exclusive because it's so nice. That would be my guess. It arrived perfect, and the box around it was so snug that it took me a while to kind of shake it out, you know, get that air going in where it starts to slide out. It was perfect, and I don't know whether I just lucked out. I do luck out from time to time with like a Walmart or Amazon, but it's rare. But that one was built in such a way that it would have taken a lot. Like you would have had to like completely drop it on a cement or throw it to hurt it, and that's something that Hasbro can do on their end for the exclusive stuff that we want.
But still, Amazon should still ship that stuff in a box.
They should, but
if Baby TS can do it and Chosen Prime, which are a fraction of the size of Amazon, I mean,
yeah,
so
that's why
small
they're
in
not. Yeah,
comparison.
that's why they can do it. They can pivot.
Mm.
It has to be Amazon would have to be a company-wide, brand new practice. I'm sure that they have a process in place where banged up packages is not in the text, on the manuals that they have for their employees, but it's happening. But the company would have to do it, and it would need to be like not just for us, but just company wide. That's something they would have to follow. You and I both know how that would go. It's sort of like getting great customer service at Walmart. We've been talking about that for 20 years, and it hasn't happened yet.
But it hurts them too because they have a high volume of returns of damaged goods, which they do sell at a discount. But still, that's money lost.
Well, like I showed whenever I got the Types Return Predaking, like a quarter of the side of the box was just tore off. And I'm like, it's a good thing I'm throwing this box away anyway. Like, I had to look in there. I'm like, hey, everything's there, and but the thing is what if I was a mint and seal box collector? Like, this wouldn't have been okay,
Right.
I don't think you can order from Amazon if you are. Like, if that's how you collect, I don't think you can order from them. I know I wouldn't. Luckily, I'm not. Or they've bred me to understand that BBTS is my mint in box place that I go. Because I know that they can do it, and they've been doing it for years. They can do that. Amazon has kind of bred me by whipping me. I've taken my abuse, and now I'm like, all right, Amazon, you got me. Big Bad Toy Store is my mint box place. You guys is my open it up because it's crushed place.
Well, you expect it to be packed perfect when you order from BBTS because they spend 7 days packing it before they actually ship it off.
If not 9 or 10. Yeah.
But what I get it, dude. It's like, how did they? Like, it's like someone sitting there like playing like some jigsaw puzzle, and they made everything fit to where it's packed perfectly in the right amount of bubble wrap, and everything comes out. Like, I don't order the whatever collector grade. It just like,
just a standard.
I'm like, I gotta see what this collector grade looks like, man. Like, it must not have a single speck of dust on it or something.
They put it in another box on its own, and then they wrap it in a bag.
Yeah.
So again, I don't mind the delay in shipping it to me and stuff. Because like I said, dude, it's just sitting in the box anyway until I start getting the rest of this room put together. But don't only pay $4 for shipping though, and to have everything arrive the way it's supposed to.
3 weeks. Yeah.
3. I haven't had to wait 3 weeks.
My standard is 5 days, but I've seen it take 7. My standard is 5 though.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten longer. I guess they're a company as well, but it's gotten longer. But that's only because I guess more people are ordering online, than going out to where it used to be. And it's not like I have like 2 or 3 items, and then I'm like, ship my loot. It's like, there's like 15, 20 things.
You do a lot of items. I remember seeing your hauls. You have a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, I wait until they're like, bro, we said we automatically ship after like 60 or 90 days, and they're like, you got like 2 days to like ship, or we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, they got employees talking about Hex's pallet's almost too full. You think he's gonna ship it this week?
See, this is like collector's grade right here from BBTS.
Yeah.
They put it in a box, and they wrap it in.
We don't have a sponsorship, but maybe we should.
We should. Yeah. Just give us a discount.
I used to have a deal with them, but I don't anymore. So, but yeah, I still like them. Like, they do good. I like Super 7.
Yeah.
Their system, it's perfect. And I would really love with NECA. I have my separate issues with NECA, but as far as the way their product looks, their sculpt and paint, I think looks excellent. Now, the quality of their product is pretty terrible. We've been telling them that for years, and they're like, we don't care. So you don't need to be handling these figures because they'll break. Probably one of every 6 figures I've owned of theirs has broken, but they look fantastic. Now I hope this Tonka Razor sold really well, and I hope the Super Shredder sells really well. That way they'll be like, you know what? We don't even need to sell stuff at Walmart and Target. We can just do it directly on our own website. That way we're not having, Walmart and Target, dip into, our wallets at all. Because if you made it like that, to where it's like, hey, it's kind of made to order, like you orders whatever you want, then, and we'll have a certain time period that you can order, then I think collectors would come together in a big way to like buy it all up and support something like that. It's the same thing I'm suggesting for Hasbro Pulse, like something made by Hasbro. Hey, if you want to give a little exclusive deal to Target and Walmart, whatever, they can have it. But hey, after 3 months later, like everything will be available on your website. Dude, I would just pre-order everything on their website.
Yeah.
I want convenience. I want stuff easy, man, whenever it comes to that. So,
and if they offered a completist subscription of some sort for those people that want to be completists, I think that's a cool option too. Like if you just want it all, that's fine. Here's that option.
Yeah, like even with a Black Series, remember, like I'm sitting here trying to track down. Well, there's some kind of London Con exclusive that like I've got to go order from some UK website because that's the only way I can get it, and pay stupid shipping for that, and then say, and then everybody's got these exclusives. You got to track them down. It's like, dude, that's if they like they have with Pulse, don't they have something where like you're paying a Pulse premium membership or something where you have to pay a certain amount a year? If they did where it was like your completist collector for Black Series, it's like, all right, well, we're gonna charge you an extra $50 or $100 a year for Black Series completist collector, but you know what? Everything will be available on our website.
Yeah.
But you have to pay that 100. Dude, sign me up, dude.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
I mean, that's smart, dude. That's free money. That's free money. I mean, right here between me and Rick, that's $200 free money right there.
Yeah. I mean, the way that they're doing the HasLab stuff for the bigger items and stuff that made to order. I mean, I would think that you come in and it's not risky. You know how much money you're going to make. You make the product and here you go. And I would bet that you make it faster. They want money. Here you go. Money faster. I mean, I like money faster, so I would assume they do too.
We all do. Yeah.
And I mean, even think about it, like, so Black Series, like you make somebody. What about Marvel Legends and Transformers? Like if there was just like, hey, completist collection, here another $50 for Transformers, another $50 if you want the Power Ranger. I don't know how many, or GI Joes. Another $50. Dude, you sign me up, Marvel Legends, dude. That's $250 a year. Or I don't know. Well, depending on how much you wanted to charge, but let's say you charge $50 for each one of them. Like, dude, I'm at least throwing $200 at you with all the stuff I collect. That's just Hasbro. So I mean, like even sport. I mean, Rick. I mean that'd be $600 right here of free money. Like you haven't even sold me a product. I'm still buying the product, but you haven't sold me a single thing. I'm just giving you money for the opportunity to buy everything.
Exactly. Times how many thousands of people who want to do the same. Yeah.
Look at that Sentinel.
Yeah.
Look at that Sentinel. That's crazy. What happened with the Sentinel?
It blew away their expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, just people throwing money. I didn't get the Sentinel because I still have my other Sentinel, and I didn't want them to dwarf them. So.
I'm getting it, but I'm not doing it until the last week, just because I'm not as excited as I am about other stuff that they've done. But I think I am gonna do it. Yeah,
see, it didn't get me that excited, and plus I'm like, man, it's another big thing that's gonna take up a lot of room.
Yeah,
and I'm like, And I'm gonna leave that space for like another Titan Transformer or whatever. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
left? I don't know.
I mean, they could. I would like if they did. Let's see. I mean, Raiden.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't they show that? I think they showed that. They showed that, right? Silhouette, something. They announced it, didn't they? Takara
Oh, okay.
last year. I think they announced it. We'll see.
I can't remember. I mean, I couldn't tell you what I had for dinner Wednesday. So
Yeah, they still have some they could do. They got Landcross. They got a proper Leo Kaiser. They got
that's what I want.
Black Zarak. You got to wait for that.
Oh, there we
one.
go. Yeah,
That's coming.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I understand.
That'd be
So
great.
space is precious. No one
Yes.
understands like I understand.
Is everybody gonna get a Black Zarek?
I would.
I would.
I would too.
Who wouldn't? I mean, that's legendary. That's like so.
Yeah.
You can't buy one and open it up and play with it currently. So
It's almost a unicorn. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you could play with it, but then you got gold, sparkles
Dust.
all over you.
Delirium says it. Yeah, it was Takara. Yeah, so I mean, you can do Dino King as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what?
They
Even
got
though
tons to do.
they did, I wouldn't mind them doing all the combiners like they did Predaking. But then I'd have to go. The only one I'm missing now is Devastator.
Me too. Yeah. I hate that foot. I wish they would have changed that.
I would need to get the Takara one because they're the ones that the guys had the little elbows actually bend.
Mhm.
Too.
And they have weapons. Yeah.
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 I got both. I love
How
them
much
both.
the Takara one?
That was years ago. I'm way too old to answer that question. I can't remember last.
Dude,
It's like $300 or something.
dude, I every once in a while I have some people like they'll be new to my channel. They'll find it. They'll look, I guess, for some G1 review or something, and they'll watch it, and then they'll click. They'll see that I'll have a few G1 reviews on there, and then I guess they don't look at the date, and they think that like this is like I just made these things, and so they'll message me and like, hey, how much does something like just name some like G1 Transformer, like how much does that go for? I'm like, bro, I have no idea right now. Like I used to keep up with that when I was
Me
like
too.
searching on eBay every day and seeing the prices fluctuate, but man, I haven't even been looking up. I haven't looked on eBay for a G1 Transformer in years, so
Yeah.
I couldn't even.
There's something. I mean, like we said earlier, there's something every day. Like PowerCon stuff is getting announced tomorrow. Motu Origins, that's coming up. And then every day you got to check Hasbro for the Fan First and Terrific Tuesday and Manic Monday. And all this. It's something every single day. Get your money ready. Get your wallet out.
Dude, they've been more like sad Saturdays and terrible Tuesdays. like nothing exciting about them.
Yeah.
Man. It was like, here you go, fans. Here's all the stuff that you're not going to be able to get.
Pretty much.
The product is amazing. Like we loved Earthrise, we love G.I. Joe. I mean, a lot of the stuff. So anyway, I know we've
and that Storm 2-pack, like, dude, why is it? And you look on there, it's like, oh, here's the movie Deadpool and Warhead and their movie Domino or whatever. Like, yo, they're there, they're available for pre-order. And it's like, dude, we don't want that movie stuff. We want this comic Storm, 2-pack. And I'm like, nope, that was sold out in 2 seconds. Can't get that one. It's like, all right, let's go ahead and end it there. We've actually gone over 2 hours, but it's been a long time since we've done some topics at the end.
Yeah, felt good.
That was fun.
We covered everything tonight. It feels like we got it.
Yeah. So complete show. All right, let's go ahead and sign out. So where can people find you, man?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Shatrdglassjazz.
And you can find me here on YouTube as Sportimus and on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as Sportimus Prime. Back to you, Hex.
Hey, Tara, Grip, what's up, man? We're actually signing off, man. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. You can find me, G1Xtron, on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook page, the G1Xtron. So talk to you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.